Good day, scholars. I would like to share with you my research entitled Fundamentals of Accountancy, Business and Management Courses Level of Understanding, a Mentorship Program Core. And I am Dr. Ryan Roque from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, College of Accountancy and Finance. I will be using this outline to highlight the significant details of my research. The Kinder to Grade 12 or what we call K to 12 program commenced in the Philippines under the Republic Act of 10533 or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. The first students enrolled in senior high school was for the school year 2016 to 2017. Senior high school includes core curriculum subjects, electives, and track subjects. And the students get to choose one from the four tracks, namely the academic track, technical vocational livelihood or the TVL track, arts and design track, and sports track. And then the students select a strand within that track. The accountancy, business and management or the ABM strand is actually under the academic track. And this strand serves as the bridge between secondary education and college level studies in accounting, finance and management, particularly in the accountancy program. And speaking of the accountancy program, it is among the country's top five most in demand and preferred programs according to the Commission on Higher Education or CHED and the Philippines Statistics Authority or PSA in 2015. However, this program faces challenges as the number of the students who enrolled in accountancy programs declined by 41% from 2018 to 2022, as reported by Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants or PICPA in 2023. And one factor is the lack of qualified and experienced accounting teachers, and that may lead to a lack of motivation for students to pursue accountancy program. And in the college level, actually, to be accredited as an accounting teacher, one must be a certified public accountant, which is not required from the ABM teachers. And in fact, among the ABM teachers in the schools division office in the Philippines, only 25% are graduates of accountancy program. And actually, none is a CPA. Other teachers are around 75% took up other fields. Some might be related to business and finance. However, they only have very few accounting units taken way back in college. With this, as researcher, I aim to determine the senior high school teachers' perceived level of understanding of the topics and learning competencies outlined in the FABM1. And also, I try to identify the challenges where the senior high school teachers perceive a gap in their level of understanding of FABM topics and learning competencies. Also, at the end of the study, I was able to determine the specific areas for possible intervention in the teaching practices and curriculum development that could increase the level of understanding of the senior high school teachers of the FABM topics. And more importantly, at the end of the study, I should be able to develop or propose a mentorship program intended for ABM teachers. The output will be a good contribution in the existing literature by investigating the perceived level of understanding of the ABM teachers of the topics and learning competencies of FABM1 or the basic accounting. And specifically, this will benefit the following stakeholders: the ABM teachers handling the basic accounting courses, and the possible implementation of the proposed intervention or mentorship program will benefit them by conducting professional development programs, crafting more effective instructional materials, and improving their teaching practices. And for ABM teachers, enhancing the level of understanding and competence of the ABM teachers will ultimately lead to the betterment of the student learning experience. And for the DepEd or Department of Education and different learning institutions, this study will be a good guide for the key officials to come up with better professional programs, policies, curriculum, and syllabi. There are many existing literatures, and some talk about the college academic performance, which is directly related or influenced by high school academic performance. There are also studies that highlighted the importance of aligning the senior high school curriculum, such as the ABM strand, with college expectation to facilitate a smooth transition. Also, some investigations mention that personal factors and study habits impact ABM teachers or ABM students' learning effectiveness. That includes the time management skills, the self-discipline, and goal orientation. And some papers even highlighted the importance of teacher competence and support in facilitating effective learning for ABM teachers. There are also studies about importance of effective teaching methods and pedagogical content knowledge or the PCK among senior high school teachers. There is actually a related study about the science, technology, and mathematics or STEM teachers that undergo retooling and advanced studies produce excellent college students pursuing STEM-related courses. If that works for them, the same might also work for ABM teachers. And there is really a lack of studies that specifically analyzed the perceived level of understanding of the ABM teachers of the topics and learning competencies of ABM 1, and lack of studies that determined the challenges and the training needs of the ABM teachers. So with that, the research employed a descriptive quantitative research method, and the researcher involved 55 out of the 74 ABM teachers handling FABM 1 in the schools under the DepEd Schools Division Office of Pampanga. The researcher used a survey questionnaire with mixed design. The instrument has two parts. The first part revolved around the profile of the ABM teachers. The second part is assembled according to the Likert scale with a 5-point range, assessing the level of understanding of FABM 1 topics and learning competencies as follows. And results showed that 44% or most of the respondents are 41 to 50 years old, and 71% of the ABM teachers are women. 43 of them have the degree Master in Business Administration, but almost same number of ABM teachers don't have any master's degree. And 15% of them have different doctorate degrees, but 85% don't have any doctorate degree. Majority, or 56%, have 2 years or below experience in handling FABM 1 course. And 49% of the FABM teachers don't have any relevant training attended in the last 3 years. And this time, I will highlight the results and discussion. So table 1 shows the level of understanding of the teachers as the introduction to fundamentals of accountancy, business, and management. The introduction of accounting to accounting and forms of businesses are well understood by the ABM teachers, and they are updated. However, results may show that they understand, but they need updates regarding the branches of accounting, users of accounting information, and the types of business according to activities. The teachers mentioned the lack of standard materials that can be used as reference. They also mentioned that they are more into managerial skills and topics rather than the basic accounting. And also, when a teacher resigns, some teachers, regardless of the educational background, may be appointed to teach basic accounting or the FABM 1. The table 2 reveals that all the topics and learning competencies of FABM 1 as to basic accounting concepts and principles and accounting equation are understood by the ABM teachers. However, it shows that updates are really needed. The ABM teachers are not that familiar with some accounting terms specifically or especially those in the chart of accounts. Students even get confused with the classification of the 5 major accounts. They often interchange it with the 5 financial statements. They know very well the accounting equation, but they get lost if the problem becomes more complicated, as the ABM teachers are not accounting or even math majors. Table 3 here shows the level of understanding as to the accounting cycle for a service type of business. Results showed that they understand, but they need refresher or updates in all the topics and learning competencies. They admitted that they are not familiar with more accounting terms in these topics. They need more information about the uses of business documents. They shared that difficult parts for students are journalizing the transactions, adjusting and closing entries, and preparing the trial balances and adjust the trial balance. They've almost mentioned that the entire accounting cycle is difficult, but the hardest for them is really the adjusting entries. Table 4 now illustrates the level of understanding as to the accounting cycle for a merchandising business, and it shows that ABM teachers need more updates on accounting for merchandising business. Normally, they are not able to discuss some parts or sometimes the entire topic because most of their time were used to discuss comprehensively the earlier topics, since the students were not able to easily grasp some of the previous topics and competencies. Unfortunately, this topic is no longer discussed comprehensively in the college level. It might be tackled in cost accounting course, but it was just a quick review for the purpose of computing the cost of goods sold and reintroducing the inventory system. Journalizing is supposed to be less complicated, but because they will be using special journals. However, they usually don't get a chance to reach up to this point. They don't get to practice this much. That's why they find it more difficult. For some who were able to discuss this topic, they admit that they are not that familiar with some accounting terms, and they need more illustrations, exercises, or even practice set with answers. A common material was also emphasized to be lacking. And with that, I would like to share with you the conclusion and recommendations of this study. The figure shows the summary of level of understanding of the ABM teachers of the topics of the FABM 1. Among the topics, um, the introduction to accounting was the most understood, and the teachers see themselves as updated. However, the topic accounting cycle for merchandising business is the most challenging for them. And this is the least understood and the one with the most needed updates. You can also see the declining orange trend line in your screen, indicating that the closer they get to the end of the term or semester, the less understood the topics and the learning competencies are. Overall, with a grand weighted mean of 4.25, it can be concluded that the topics and learning competencies are understood by the ABM teachers, but they need refresher or updates. So with that, the researcher proposed a mentorship program to PUP College of Accountancy and Finance, and we called it Program Fame with this logo. And this mentorship program was set to be conducted by the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, College of Accountancy and Finance, the CAF Research and Extension Unit, and in collaboration with the school's division office of Pampanga. The Polytechnic University of the Philippines College of Accountancy and Finance will conduct this Finance and Accounting Mentorship Extension, also known as the Program FAME. This is a 3-year initiative that is designed to enhance the knowledge, teaching methodologies, and materials development skills of ABM teachers handling the accountancy and finance courses under the current senior high school curriculum. And this program aims to elevate the quality of education and to support continuous professional development by providing targeted mentorship and resources in alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals number 4, quality education. And here is a proposed timeline for the said mentorship program. The program will run from 2024 to 2026, and this program started with this research project and recommended forming a team that will end with another research project, now focusing with the impact study or impact of this project to the lives of the beneficiaries who are the ABM teachers and ultimately the ABM students. And the table here shows the details of the program for the next 3 years. That includes actually 2024. Year 1 or 2024 will be utilized for the trainings and updates regarding all the topics in the basic accounting or FABM 1. So we had a common module that will serve as reference in the entire training. Year two will be reserved to conduct review of those or for those who would like to be a national certificate holder for bookkeepers. And during this year also, they will be trained to create uh, their own instructional materials and assessment materials. And all throughout the year, the PUP CAF will provide online coaching and mentoring. And year three is almost the same with year two. But this time, the ABM teachers will get to present their materials that they developed, and then the PUP CAF will critique their work. This year also, the impact study will be conducted, which will encourage collaboration with various schools. And um, talking about some other recommendations, this will lead to research collaboration between PUP and the ABM teachers from the Schools Division Office, talking about the impact study, effectiveness of handling of ABM1 before and after the mentorship program. And this research is recommended to widen the scope by involving other schools division offices of the Department of Education. And it is recommended also to widen the scope of the program frame from the regional to national level to reach out more ABM teachers as beneficiaries. And this time we'll call it Program Fame National. For budget purposes, we can partner with the local and national government and even with private institutions to carry out the mentorship program on a national level. And more study is recommended involving the micro and small businesses this time as a mentorship program core of another program frame, but this time targeting the business owners. And as indicated in the timeline, the program is supposed to start in 2024, and as planned, year one or phase one of the project was already concluded. And I am proud to share with you the photos of the organizers and beneficiaries of this mentorship program, the ABM teachers of SDO Pampanga. And once again, my name is Dr. Ryan Roque. If you need further details about my research, in the mentorship and extension program, my contact details are shown on your screen. And thank you very much for watching my presentation, and may God bless you all.